What's up everyone, Trent here, and it's Corvette time. We didn't get to do an R&R on the takeout, so we're gonna do a little bit of an R&R on putting this thing back in. We've got the transmission and rear end all bolted together on this unit. We're ready to install it, so let's get this thing rolling. We don't have all day. Got our light keeping it bright for us. Thank y'all very much. We really appreciate the gifts. We do use them on a regularly day basis, I promise. Keeps us going and keeps the light shining. Got our transmission and rear end all bolted up nice and tight. Now we can come over here to our torque converter bolts, and I'm gonna slide the camera in here, see if I can show y'all. So I have a distance about a 1/16 in between the flex plate of the torque tube and the torque converter. So that is plenty of room for us to just pop. Sorry, I forgot my screwdriver. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the converter towards the flex plate. We should be able to hear a nice little pop. Let's see if we can hear it. I'm going to try to set y'all right there as I pop it. You ready? 1, 2, and 3. Nice. So that's all we need. The converter hub is still nice and far up in the pump. Not gonna have any issues, but not too deep to where it's gonna take out the pump either. So that's what it's supposed to look like. And it does suck on one of these. You don't have an alignment hole. So there's 3 bolts. We're going around 6 times. See y'all shortly. Well, we got 2 in and on for our last one. Got some Loctite on her, and of course I'm shaking like always. We're gonna just put that in the hole. Just like that. Boom. And now we can tighten them all up. Let's do it. Okay, sweet. We've got all of our torque converter bolts in. We've got our neutral safety switch on, back to the original spot. We have all of our cooler lines back on, just like so. Harness plugged in. We've got our 1000 bolts that we've got to put in our little cover up here. Little 8mm bolts. No, there's not like 1,000 of them, like 30 something of them, but man, it feels like there's a lot of them when you're doing it all the time. But got new axles to go in, broken axle over here on the floor, just saving it for the customer, little trophy. But other than that, we're good to go, getting this thing put in a nice timely manner. Now on to the funnest part, stabbing our rear K member up with all the wiring, brakes, you name it, we gotta stab it all at one time. So these older ones are a little bit rougher than these newer ones, but we can do it. But there's a lot to stab at one time. We've got everything on, in, and ready to go. Now that's how you do it. We've got our passenger side on, everything all tightened up, ran correctly. I have a couple of videos of the teardown. I didn't get a full teardown video, so I didn't post it. But what I'm gonna try to do is actually get a little bit of the teardown video in here versus the install job, because the wiring definitely was just everywhere in this thing. It was not put back to where it needed down on our Corvette, and I think we're starting to get to the bottom of things. That could be an issue. We're gonna go ahead and look at replacing both of these, the seals. We're gonna go ahead and go through the transmission and look at it, make sure there's no damage anywhere through there. And then of course, we're gonna have to probably pull our cover off to get our piece of the CV shaft out of there. Dun, 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 dun. Just like that. We've got our transmission out with the rear end, and we've got our broken shaft. We're gonna go ahead and go through the transmission, make sure it's all fresh. For how much work it is to get one of these down, you would hate for something to be bad and put it in and have an issue. So none of the brackets, I mean, none of that stuff was hooked up. They pretty much just bent it all out of the way and didn't hook anything up. So we're gonna get this guy hooked up correctly, 100%. No hiding anything, no putting anything back incorrectly. This thing goes back 100%. So y'all gotta stay tuned. But let's watch more action. Man, we're getting the butt of our Corvette put back together 100% the right way. Wires ran the right way back in the brackets that they were left out of in the beginning. Same with our passenger side, same thing. They all had it wrapped around and ran and wrapped everywhere. So I don't even know if that made sense, but that's how bad it was. You have to really pay attention when you're pulling these Corvettes apart and how the wiring goes back together, because there's not much room for air, especially when the exhaust is going around a lot of the wiring. But that's all we've got left is the exhaust. So I can't wait. We're excited. We're almost done. Put some oil in this bad boy and give her a little vroom vroom. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready because it's prime time on our Corvette. We've got our 2.3 quarts in the pan. We do have to fill it from a little plug here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a gun in it. I'm gonna get it started. Let's hear what this bad boy sounds like. Okay, so I've got my gun installed to where I can jump down from the car and grab some rags. I don't want to get my customer's car dirty. Wipe off my hands. And we're gonna get this thing started. Don't freak out. This is just for the brake. So now, since we've got it full, what we're gonna do, we're gonna run it through the gears and make sure the actual transmission is totally full, reverse circuit, drive circuit, all the way through. And we're gonna let it warm up a little bit and kind of go from there. So stay tuned. gears. Let's check to see if it's full. So we have nothing running out. We want to fill it more with fluid. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 100% job well done. What we'll do is, well, we got to let 8 inches of snow melt off in the next couple days, but we're hoping that the vehicle should be working correctly. The thing has been tuned tremendously to work with the motor, so we're hoping that the transmission pressures are going to be where they need to be, but also might be talking to him about a little bit of tuning on the motor, because you can see on first startup it didn't like being put in gear, and I've been tuning for quite a while, so I kind of know right where to go on a bunch of that stuff. So we might ask him about retuning this thing in the process. But there you go. Go like the video, guys. Go subscribe to the channel. Go hit that notification button. There's more to where this
Okay, what's up, everyone? Well, I didn't hear the little noise we had in the back of the video. Just wanted to let everyone know it was nothing crazy. It was actually our traction control trying to work with the vehicle. I have it off now, so you can't hear it. Watch, I'm gonna turn it back on and it's gonna start buzzing. Watch that wheel. I'm actually watching where I'm going, not watching the camera. So we can all hear that together. Everybody's not freaking out. Hear it buzzing. So that's all that was the traction control buzzing. That's a good sign. Everything's looking really good. Man, this is a beautiful car and we are glad to work on it. Like I said, if y'all guys need anything, give us a shout. You know how to get a hold of us somewhat. Let's turn it back off so I can go again. Watch, traction control and stability track. And as it quit. So there we go. Letting our training warm up a little bit to get some more run time on it. It is nice and cold here still. Hasn't melted off too much. It's getting there. But we still got piles of it. That's one thing about Texas. The snow will be here one day, gone the next. It's not like all you other people that have months of cold. This is not normal for us. Got more in the house. Let's see what our next one is. This is the next one. A little bit of mud, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of snow, a little bit of old school. So y'all guys stay tuned, please. I hope you enjoy the channel. If you do, go like the video and go subscribe. We love everyone. If we didn't have y'all, there wouldn't be nothing with us. So thank y'all again. Have a great day. Stay warm.